Before you begin, make sure you're in a very quiet setting, because the few details you believe you know about Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi's marriage hardly begin to tell their story. Their quick-witted charm on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and Portia's poised elegance make them Hollywood's favorite power couple. But beyond the red carpet grins are strange details that will leave you speechless. Watch it through to the finish because I guarantee you won't believe what I've discovered. Follow me through every twist, from a covert New Orleans vow renewal to unexpected job sabbaticals. The conclusion, in particular, reveals the one thing they'll never discuss publicly. It all began in July 2008 when Ellen and Portia shocked everyone by saying "I do" in a low-key ceremony in a courthouse in Los Angeles. The worst part is that the judge who presided over the event was a devoted admirer who had spent weeks camping outside Ellen's studio in the hopes of seeing her. Peeling off his scrubs, he rushed into the chamber and rambled like a teenager, receiving backstage passes when he saw Portia's name on the docket. The pair subsequently acknowledged that they picked him in part because they adored the thought of starting their marriage as true fangirls, without flashing lighting or camera teams, just embarrassing bliss. 5 years later, the couple chose to rekindle their vows in a completely private ceremony planned by a former voodoo priestess who is now a wedding planner in New Orleans, of all places. Guests remember Portia wearing a scarlet gown decorated with tiny skulls, a nod to the city's macabre past, while masked musicians performed spine-tingling jazz tunes beneath a canopy of oaks covered in Spanish moss. In order to represent the blazing passion they still shared, Ellen, ever the practical joker, instructed the caterers to serve spicy jambalaya so hot that it would leave a ring of fire around their tongues. Ellen laughed so hard she almost snorted champagne, and one of the guests claimed to have witnessed Portia steal an additional helping of habanero sauce. However, there's a twist just when you think their life couldn't be much stranger. In order to learn as a sushi chef in Tokyo, Portia discreetly took a break from performing from 2016 to 2018. Yes, the same actress who performed in Arrested. Development worked as a sushi master for 2 years, teaching her how to cut sashimi but preventing her from using English in the kitchen. A visiting Japanese prime minister reportedly remarked in awe, "Is this truly made by an American?" as she presented him a sashimi platter, according to sources, demonstrating her level of skill. When Portia nodded, the prime minister declared her to be a culinary samurai and bowed deeply. Not one to be outdone, Ellen quickly signed up for sumo training and visited Portia in special tracksuits bearing the logo of her sushi restaurant. Ellen's own career, meanwhile, took unanticipated turns. She studied Muay Thai boxing in Bangkok for 6 months during the peak of her daytime talk show's popularity. Although she claimed to be working on a personal health retreat, staff members saw her at a rough gym at 6 in the morning, sparring with professional fighters and returning home with elbow welts. "I guess I wanted to knock out all the negativity in my life. Quite literally," Ellen said with her signature smile when asked about the bruises on her cheek on her comeback episode. As viewers tuned in every week to see if she would return with a black eye, ratings skyrocketed. The most bizarre fact of all, though, is the one they'll probably never discuss. According to a member of Ellen's show's sound crew, Portia insisted on recording every laugh track herself for at least one episode every season. This involved her sitting by herself in a small studio and imitating audience guffaws to go along with Ellen's jokes. "Laughter is an art, and I want to be the best patron of it," she said softly in response to producers' questions about why. Up until today, the peculiar custom has been kept a secret. What, therefore, can we learn from these strange facts? First of all, even the most well-maintained celebrity lives can conceal unexpectedly exciting adventures. Second, a genuine partnership entails honoring one another's passions, even if they include sushi sabbaticals or voodoo priests. Third, the strongest friendships can occasionally be formed through the most bizarre practices. If the revelation of Ellen and Portia's marriage surprised you as much as it did me, please hit like, leave a comment describing the detail that caught you off guard, and subscribe for more exclusive looks at Hollywood's best-kept secrets. Because love and laughter really have no boundaries when you discover the odd truths hidden below a flawless exterior.